Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to the letter. Night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house. Despite the late hour, the streets are still bustling full of people. Those about to head home and those about to meet someone. Even those simply wandering about. Like that guy in the red shirt just staring at that poster. Walking this sea in unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxborn. I was afraid too at one point, back when I was new and I had just set foot in this place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zach and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed the other side of the street. Before him claiming he's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends, and Ash? Yeah, who knows, he never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zach a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives off.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
No.
Huh?
A sensation. Cold, sickening, drowning my chest, tightening, breathing become labored. I can taste blood in my mouth, the edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Help me. Pleading, even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. Okay, is this another one of those blackout screens where I just have to keep clicking? I'm gonna keep clicking.
No, not me.
I'm gonna keep clicking, you bastard.
Isabella?
Oh. Yeah. I don't like when it does that. It kinda throws me off. At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmur's gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Where?
Oh, yeah. Just... Okay. Sorry. I spaced out.
You always do that.
I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street, where the voice came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. They're only Zach and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. If I'm expected to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. I try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Alright, see ya, dudes.
Yeah. See ya.
Under the glance, and with a final wave, we go off on our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what would help me sleep at night, that would give back the normalcy in my life, then so be it. Okay. Click. 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 Click, 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 click. There we go. My eyes snap open. Let's look around this girl's room for a bit. So many noodle cups. There's also a trash can full of noodle cups. There's a TV, box TV. Didn't know those were still made. It's a nice room, I guess. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep, all hunched over for the night before. Drenched in sweat and nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through the window and allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxborn, or at least none that I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not the crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. The knowledge that I'll always wake up in the morning in an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time is it?
5 o'clock, as it says on your clock. Habit forced me to look over at the clock even with soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat, I'm up.
Oh man. Of all the times to oversleep. Towel? Towel? Where's my towel?
Why do you need a towel? Because she's drenched in sweat. Okay, I get it. Admittedly, it's a weekend, as an unspoken rule that entitles me to an extra few hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened. Oh lord, one box of donuts as a peace offering won't be enough the second time around. Grabbing... Oh shit. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few steps short away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out of my bag. See, I heard that. I didn't know if it was me or some shit. Click. There's a moment of indecision at first. My mind conflicted whether I should just ignore it or answer it. But what if it's Rose? Or worse, our boss? Ah, sheesh. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it enough has put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The ID reads, Mama.
Huh?
It's around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines right now.
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Usually it's around noontime here, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use the money on something else rather than an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather.
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
We're good, we're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired lit in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I can do for her. But from miles away like this, the least I'm able to do is not make her worry. If only my brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are, Jordan's already drinking out right now. Again, I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own, and well, 8 aunts? 8 aunts? Financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having ran herself knee-deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
How many siblings does this girl have?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach. From the way Mama's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either.
Papa... Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds. But the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well. The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. But ever since he was diagnosed with a sickness 5 years ago, he's been unable to provide for us. Now the burden of feeding 8 mouths and selling Papa's bills all rests on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the costs of day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers anything.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I start to think the call got cut until...
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama, you taught me not to lie, yet look at what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition too.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
Ah. Kylan Kaui? What? When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later, and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile though Mama can't see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is, no need to weigh her down with unnecessary concerns.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other end, the sounds of gates opening, the voice of a child, EJ, talking excitedly about his day at school, the tapping of feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. So this is gonna be one of the stories where, you know, the scary shit actually starts and Isabella's like the first fucking person to die. Okay, click, 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 motherfucking click.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
Cool beans. Unfortunately, before I can take a single step away from my phone, it rings again. No doubt Mama forgot to say something.
Mama? Did you forget anything?
Excuse you? I'm too young to be your mom. Are you still sleeping?
Nope.
Hold on, never mind that. Get yourself in the office. Hurry!
Office? What about the open house? Oh no. Is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts if...
No, it's nothing like that. Will you calm down? Get yourself here, alright? I'll tell you everything then.
There is a telltale din of several feet shuffling against the wooden floor, and an indistinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. That isn't in any way comforting, but it's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone and finish my shower in record time. Okay. I make it to our office within 20 minutes of leaving my apartment, completely disheveled and out of breath. I feed I take into account in my usual travel time. Routine clamor common to Briar Realty Corporation's Luxbourne office greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Papers rustling, telephones ringing at sporadic intervals, agents talking about varying volumes, staff moving about, and...
Where the hell is C? Where are my employees? What the actual fuck, guys? Of all the times to disappear without notice.
My boss's words turn muffled as someone else closes the door to his office, likely the work of our HR manager. Throughout the past weeks, he's been in a bad mood over a few employees who have failed to report to work. I hear they're still trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result, half their workload has been shifted to all available staff so as not to lose clients. Not that I mind the extra work. If anything, it means I'll just have to send more to send back to my family. Although, the rumors of a branch closure circulating because of this is indeed a bit worrisome. My bag barely touches the top of the table when Rose pulls me aside.
Here, I need you to help me with these papers. If you could also get these signed and photocopied before lunch today, that would be great.
I just have to sign a photocopy? That doesn't seem like a lot of work. One after another, she thrusts a bunch of paperwork in my hands without explanation. A page flutters away from the top of the pile, and I lean down to pick it up, my eyes scanning the page as I straighten. A purchase and sales agreement. Rose simply gestures her thumb in the direction of our visitor lounge when I tilt my head in question. There, seated on the sofa, looking completely out of place in the humbly decorated room, is the same couple from the day before. The Wrights. Something bubbles up in my throat. Their presence in the office can only mean one thing.
They're buying it? We got a deal?
She swats at my hand, tugging her sleeve, although her eyes are alight with something akin to joy. She wants the sale to happen as much as I do, and now that it's here, the deal needs to be closed, yet documents need to be signed still, but the elation here is there, along with a foreboding feeling I can't quite pinpoint.
I had to do a little damage control, but they're already interested in acquiring the property, even before they attended the open house. I mean, isn't it obvious? They already hired an interior designer. I've never seen a buyer as aggressive as Madam Wright. She didn't even try to negotiate a lower rate.
One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean?
They're paying 15% higher than the listing price. As long as we get the paperwork done as soon as possible.
Man, they gotta be up to some shady shit. I don't trust them. Also, is that a bowl of cereal by the computer on the left? Or is that like ramen or something? I don't know, but they should probably eat it. Also, that doll on the far right kind of looks like Kratos, but I know it's not.
I think if we allow it, they'll be paying up front, too.
Even with that urban legend?
Rose nods.
Oh, I was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday.
Don't look so surprised. We still have to conduct some last few checks before we completely hand it over to them.
Please. I'll happily do the paperwork duty, Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing.
Don't they have better things to spend money on? I'd haggle it down to the lowest possible price if I was in their place, especially with the stories attached to it. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. We're just their agents who are going to receive the hefty commission, after all. Nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulder, signaling that she's heading back to them, and an unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take long for me to finish the work she left me. In fact, having our boss sign the agreement is the easiest, since it has put him in a better mood, to the entire office's relief. Ma'am Hannah calls me over for the moment she notices my presence at the lounge door. Story updated. Alright, let's get this journal out of the fucking way. Okay, so it's Saturday, October 22nd. That's her family? I can't zoom in. But they look varied, I guess. They look all sort of different. Her lips are twisted in a frown. She doesn't seem particularly happy to see me, and I'm not surprised. Who wouldn't be? I almost created a scene. Mr. Wright, however.
Why, if it isn't the little Lily. I trust you're feeling well now.
It's Isabella, sir. Not Lily. I appreciate your concern. I'm feeling better now.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them their copy of the agreement.
I believe I can take that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. With how elegantly she plucks the papers off my hand, it's easy to think that there isn't any trace of irritation in her. But it is there, radiating in her stiff stance, in the way she's standing at the fair distance from her husband, and how the two look to be ignoring each other. Seeing this scene, it soon becomes clear to me that I'm not the one who's put her in the bad mood. Did they fight? Most probably. I've seen it happen dozens of times with my previous clients. It's a shame, especially with their new mansion. I never did like it when my own mama and papa fight. I hope they'll make up soon. Apparently, satisfied with that, what she's seen, Mom Hannah claps her hands together before extending it for us to shake. Rose and I release the breath we've been holding, both of us more than happy to return the gesture.
That settles it then?
I guess.
Are you really sure about this property,
Why
ma'am?
the fuck are you fighting this, Isabella?
We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Something not haunted, perhaps? Rose shoots me a warning glance that clearly says, don't make a scene. We're almost there, you fucking idiot.
Of course. Why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it.
Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am.
Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought should be put into those things.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, servants or not, you're going to make people listen to your input nonetheless.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget...
She discreetly folds something into both of our hands and winks, a finger raised to her lips demanding our silence.
What happened the day before was quite unfortunate. But you did get us what we wanted in the end.
Is this money? This looks fake.
That, at the very least, is commendable.
But this is... Ma'am, I can't accept this.
Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us. Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
I don't trust these people. Why is bonus written like that? I don't like the words they're saying, or the face she's making, or what she's implying. She smiles sweetly, like this is simply the most normal thing in the world to do.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house.
I don't like the way dying is spelled out right there.
You can do that, yes? Here's her contact.
Thanks.
Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
Does this chick hate me? Yeah, well, no? I guess we're dead in the middle with Marianne. Certainly, ma'am. Oh, yeah, she already said that. Fuck.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that, transaction over and done with. My mind's still reeling after they left. Other agents would kill to have clients like them. A part of me feels lucky about the fact. No lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of minds, just talk, signatures, a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. The other part? A second ago, we sold a haunted property to two innocent clients. Innocent is not a appropriate word, I would say. We don't know that they're innocent. I mean, they're buying a mansion that doesn't exactly suit them exactly. Doesn't really feel right. I don't trust them. I think they're fucks. Yeah. Sure, the commission's big. Big enough to continue funding Papa's treatment and hospitalization. Big enough to pay for all 4 of my younger siblings' schooling. Heck, it'll even keep me away from the instant noodle diet for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well once the deal has been closed, much to my sanity's relief. But knowing that something's in there, and we gave it the good couple despite that. Oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money, Papa won't be happy with that. At least I have good news to tell them next time I call home. The little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore.
Well, there's something. So how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Your first big multi-million-pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but this has got to be memorable for you.
Memorable is an understatement, Rose.
Come on, show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus, too. Aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised. What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. Send it home, probably?
All of it?
Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses.
Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before we ended your training.
She slings an arm over my shoulders and leans in closer to my ear, as if she's about to share a big secret.
It's okay to celebrate from time to time.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw a party and treat your friends to free food. Didn't you say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal.
Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive?
Your call. I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice too, thank you very much.
Wait, why don't you throw a party? You're involved as I am.
I don't think my apartment's big enough for that.
You could always move? Bloody hell, you're working in real estate.
I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me. But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well.
You go do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself from me to answer the phone on her desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds.
Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you a copy of the contract if...
Must be another client. Nothing surprising there. She is one of BRC's top agents, no matter how modest she appears. A saleswoman through and through. I, on the other hand, have very little knack for it. Of course, I learned eventually I had to. But someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once, though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story of what could have been. Years ago, wide-eyed, young, and brimming with yet-to-be-fulfilled dreams and ambitions, she was a term or two away from a nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed on the matter further, but perhaps it's where the sense of fondness started. Small connection due to one similar experience in our respective lives, of goals we both let pass us by because of circumstances we're in.
I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there. Thank you.
New client?
Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark at all?
Who the fuck is Mark?
Not since the first visit to the mansion.
Wait, is Mark a person? Well, no, I guess.
Why? No news from the HR yet?
None at all. Boss thinks he ran away. I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. There must be another reason. Who knows? Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later.
She throws a wave over her shoulder as she rushes out the office. The lunchtime bell sounds shortly after, followed by the chatter of a fellow agents also heading out for a much-needed break. Ordinarily, there's no need for me to go out, but oversleeping didn't allow me the luxury of packing my own lunch today. If one considers taking an instant noodle cup from a pantry packing your lunch. Time to make good on the promise I made Becca, I suppose. Maybe invite Zach and Ash too. Okay, that is where I'm going to end this episode of The Letter. I'm surprised there's so much extra to this game. I thought it would be just straight up fucking horror from the get-go. So this is cool. I'm still wary of PTEs. Yeah. Is it PTEs? I guess. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm tired. It's 1:30 in the morning. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.